All right, the question I've been asked here is, what about a home makes a consumer choose a solid over an engineered, or vice versa? That's an excellent question. Traditionally, solid floors have been used over wooden subfloors, where you can nail or staple the product down. And engineered floors are used over concrete applications, cement, where the floor is glued or floated. Okay, up until the last 10 or 15 years, that was the rule. I'll go more into that in just a moment. But in the last 10 years, wide planks have become very popular. One of the downsides to any solid wood is when you introduce moisture to it, it can expand and contract. Usually it expands. When a wood floor is milled, it's milled at 6% moisture. And as long as you keep the relative humidity in your house under about 60%, it can stay at 6%. But if the humidity climbs due to open doors and windows, or you don't have air conditioning or whatever, then that board has a propensity to expand. Now, a wide board, when it expands, is a much bigger problem than a narrow board. Narrow board, there's just a little bit more room for movement. If you're using a 5-inch, 6-inch, 7-inch wide plank that's not pine, and you introduce just a little bit of moisture, it's going to cup. And those wide floors are not inexpensive, okay? You're going to have some money invested in that, and then you look and you see your floor ruined, you're not going to be very happy about that. So now we see a lot of engineered floors manufactured in 5, 6, 7, 12 inches wide. So if you want a big wide plank of oak or hickory, you need to be buying an engineered floor. Nobody should have a solid floor wider than 5 inches unless it's pine, okay? So, you know, we still stay with the engineered goes on cement, solid goes on wood subfloors. We get asked occasionally, can we put solid on concrete? Yes, you can. No, you shouldn't, okay? You're just opening yourself up to problems that you don't need. We have we offer the Somerset engineered floors that, let me back up. Most of the time when they make the veneers for an engineered floor, they use the rotary peel method. And it sounds, and it is just what it sounds like. They take a log and they go around it, okay? So they get a really high yield, one really long sheet, whatever the width is that log, and then they get a long sheet. And then they cut that into 4x8 sheets to glue on top of wood and make engineered flooring. At Somerset, they don't do it that way. What they do is they slice it just exactly like they would slice a solid, but instead of slicing it 3/4 thick, they slice it 3 millimeters thick. Okay, so they slice that and then they stick it on a 7-ply hardwood core. So when we get done, we have the exact same visual with their engineered that we have with their solid. People say, I can tell the difference. No, you can't. Okay, I can't. Nobody can, other than the width. So what that does is it gives us a face-sewn product, just like a solid, but in an engineered. So we can put that floor on our concrete, or use the wide plank up on our wooden subfloor and get the floor we want. Okay, let's see.